Hello, streaming to live on Rumble. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. It's episode number 302 and day number 426 of wearing the incredible X39. And the countdown is on. 94 days are left until I reach the big 5-0. And I'm going to do a 9-minute warm-up. I'm going to switch things up a little bit today and then follow up with leg day exercises. And then I will talk about this question. FDA approved. Because someone asked me this question a little while ago. So, our workout today. Let's start with that. Took a pinch of salt, let it dissolve in my mouth. Let my saliva dissolve it. And now, a cup of deuterium depleted water. My favorite. And then I will also add the X49. Oops. Let's see here. There you go. So one on each hand. One's going to go here. The other one is going to go here. And that is to activate the process of photobiomodulation and trigger the body to create some AHK peptides, tripeptides. And to debrief yesterday, I hit a maximum heart rate of 209 right here, live stream. So, we'll see what happens today. I'm going to try my hardest to show you what I can do. And as part of that, I will also put the heart rate monitor here. I'm going to place it, the sensor on the outside or here. So basically you can see on the top end of the forearm muscle or on the forearm. Sometimes I place it here, which, you know, when this is my, so kind of to show you, but now it's on this side here. So, tempo today. That's good, it's working. I'm going to set the tempo at, we'll go 165. See how that feels. And then I will do the 9-minute hit as opposed to the warm-up. So, you're going to see there, I've got the timer set up. And there is the metronome. So I like to skip with the metronome. And there you go. You can see my heart rate. Hovering around the 60 mark. And let's begin. So, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off at 165. So, this tempo here. You can tell I'm not matching the tempo. But when the number turns green, the countdown number turns green. All right, ready? So you ready? Here we go again. Well, feeling good so far. Halfway through. if you listen closely, when I say listen closely, you can hear it. Do you hear it? The sound of water. I am making more deuterium depleted water as we speak. All right. So the first exercise today is going to be TKE hip thruster squats. So the idea behind this is to one, take these bands, attach them here. I've got 2 blue bands, and this one, these are going to be put about knee height. So when I'm standing on the plate, knee height. And with that, I also need to take ankle straps. Alright, so I'm just going to switch back to the metronome. And with this exercise, taking my shoes off here momentarily, so that way I can put these ankle straps on without undoing the Velcro. And I do this purposely because I want to save the Velcro from prematurely just kind of falling apart, because every time you unzip the Velcro, it loses a little bit of its strength in holding. So doing this here, I'm extending the life of them, so bear with me here. And with the TKE version and the hip thruster, I'm also going to utilize this here, this step, in addition to door stops. These are the door stops that come with body elastics bands. So I have just configured this here to, let me do it this way, or actually this way, so it doesn't slide off that easily. And bands, which one am I going to use? I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the black bands today. So with these here, one is going to go on this side here, and I'm going to attach it to the bar that I have. And that's here behind me. That's this guy, so this band will get put on here. So this is a 19-pound band. So when you cut it in half or split it in half, it becomes 38 plus another 38. So you do the math, it's 76 pounds of resistance that I'm adding to the plate itself, or not directly resistant to the plate, but you get my idea. And then I'm going to take this band here. I'm going to put it here, one here higher, one lower, and so this is going to work the posterior chain. So I'm working the anterior chain and the posterior chain at the same time. So for those who understand what I'm talking about, will understand this. And so this becomes a really complex movement by working on both sides at the same time. this here. I'm going to step into this. Okay, and then just going to set myself up here. So here is the TKE version, or so this is going to work the anterior. So meaning all right. So because I have this here like this, so this is a closed chain, and then the anterior is working, or the thruster band behind me is going to work the posterior side. So, and by adding the bands here, so I'm making this a full complex movement. So now let's begin. So by doing this way here, so the anterior and the posterior chain have to fire at the same time. And then I'm getting the quads and the glutes. Oh yeah. This is very good. It's and the hip thruster behind, the bands behind me is pulling my hips backwards. So I'm getting that pelvic tilt. And I can feel the quads firing up. Oh wow. You try to push through the heels. Push all the way up from the bottom there, it requires. The legs are tired. Oh wow. So, one of the things I like about this is controlling the weight all the way through. Oh my. And the vibration adds a nice level of disturbance in the movement, creating a lot of extra discomfort in the muscle. Gosh. Ah. Oh wow. Okay. Oh. Certainly feel the stretch. All right. So this hip thruster still wants to pull me. Okay. The second exercise is going to be working the quads from the lowest point of stretch. So, let's say if you're down here Now I'm gonna work the quads in that area of movement. And the idea behind this is to activate the quad muscles when it's at its stretched, most stretched point, and staying in within that range of movement to target the fibers. And doing this really, doing this exercise that I'm going to show you really does that. And so what I'm going to do is take this Bosu ball just to make it a little bit more comfortable, so to speak. And the idea behind it is going to be, you'll see here momentarily. Okay, I got the and this is where I'm going to take the okay. Oh, I just realized I'm going to leave these straps on here, and I'm going to take a second set of ankle straps and that I have here, and I'm going to wrap them around my foot, around my shoe, and then do a kind of like a hamstring curl, but it's going to be reversed for the quads. So that's the idea behind it. Just going to take this out of the way here. Okay. So to set this up, I just move my body closer to the wall, or my head closer to the wall, and then that way I can slide these on, kind of like that. So that's one side. I'm going to take the other side and do the same thing. And so by moving closer, there's no tension on the band here. Well, not too much, very little actually. Now I'm going to slide away from the wall, and I want tension. Now I have tension here on the quads at this point. So basically I want to alright. Now the idea is to use the vibration to activate those muscles. So here I can feel the tension. Okay. Oh, even. And being on the Bosu ball here, I'm able to keep my position nice and sturdy, and then really press these bands and hold it isometrically. Ooh, wow. Oh wow. it stings lots. Gosh! Oh. Oh. If any of you think that this looks dorky, I challenge you to try it. Muscle doesn't know any weight numbers or anything. It only knows how it feels. And you got to be able to control that resistance. You have to. If you can't control it, you don't have developed muscle. Whew. All right. Next up is hamstring curls. So that's where I'm going to take the same bands here that are already attached to the wall, and now I'm going to attach it to the other set of ankle straps that I already have on my legs from the first exercise. So here we go. Oh, this is twisted. Just gonna untwist it here. Yeah, okay. That's good. So now this exercise here, I'm gonna work the hamstrings. So same bands. So by changing the position of your toes, you can change the feel and the way the muscle is being activated. So if you point your toes up and then curl it. So and because these bands here, they're not split or like I don't know how to describe this. They're not attached to the center, so a little bit wider, or the anchor points on the wall, you can see they're split apart. So the tension is specifically, like if you want to isometrically hold one and then curl the other one, you can do that without the band kind of sawing in the anchor point. If that makes any sense to you. So the resistance stays with the leg. It doesn't split between the two. So I'm trying really hard to get that explosive rep all the way through, and the bands are just, they don't allow it. And this is the nice thing with using bands. You can really focus on the explosive and not have to worry about the plates or weight kind of lifting away. The tension stays all the way through, all the way to the end, and that's why I like using bands. And here with the vibration, it just creates another level of stimulus, forcing the micro tears in the muscle, forcing it to really hit fatigue. Gosh. Okay, so that is the hamstring curl. Next up is the ball bridges. And today I want to try something slightly different compared to what I've done in the past. And you'll see momentarily here. This is where I'm going to take an orange band along with these door anchors. I know I'm trying something subtly different today, largely because I want to see how this goes. I'm actually trying this for the very first time. And so we're going to take the weight here, and I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to grab the other weight of the band, and you'll see momentarily what I'm going to do here. So, okay. And the other day I talked about, or earlier this week, sorry, about doing bent over rows here, 70 pounds. It's easy for me. A spider that's running for dear life. I took funny. So put this here. I'm going to take this and slide it underneath. The idea is to have an anchor point. I just realized I need these guys as well to create an anchor point, because I'm going to attach the orange band to these guys to create a okay, this has got to come apart quite a bit actually. So you'll see momentarily what I'm trying to do here. By taking orange band here and orange band here, and I'm just kind of splitting it apart because I want to create. It's not doing what I want, so I changed my mind. Should have known better. So I'm going to take the vibration plate here and place it in this location. And the idea is, instead of doing the ball bridge with my shoulders on the ground, I'm going to put them, I'm going to raise it. So that way I'm going to increase the level of flexion for the glutes. So they're going to be flexed more. And the idea is to go like this, as you can see, and then rest my shoulders on here. And I think this is going to be the right distance. I have to test it. Yeah, okay. That's good. And I'm going to take the weight. I'm going to use 30 pounds here, and I keep moving this guy here, moving it away. Okay. So you get the idea how this is going to work. So okay. This is kind of awkward. More awkward than I thought it would be. This is why I'm thinking to use the bandit as opposed to the this is awkward. More awkward than I'd like it to be. So I'm going to switch to the previous version that I did last week. And that's where I'm going to take and just use the band here, or do it this way. It's way too awkward. Give me call an A for trying. Okay. There we go. So, lesson learned for next week, just stick with the simple version of this. You could possibly do a, I could lay on the ball as opposed to, and then just have my legs 90 degrees locked. And then that way you work the hips, the posterior chain, but I want to also include the hamstrings as part of this movement, so doing it this way here is actually a little bit better, and it's safe. So by holding the weight off the ground, holding it here, so making like a pencil, so to speak, with my posterior chain, so just my neck is kind of resting naturally on the ground. And I'm pressing with the hips upwards, and when you do that, you can feel the posterior chain firing up from your heels all the way to your lower back. And this is a very good variation to do, one that I like. And then you can curl this like that, so to get the hamstrings as well. Oh wow. Gosh. Oh. And this really works. The hamstrings and the glutes. You can really feel them. It's pretty uncomfortable. I'm ready for this to be done, to be honest. All right, so next exercise is going to be the tibia, and that's where I'm going to take the blue bands that I used previously for the quads. Just gonna clean up my mess here, and that's where I'm gonna take a set of ankle straps here, and these ones are gonna attach to the top of my foot over my shoe. And the idea is to work the tibia now with the vibration. So I'm going to take the plate, place it somewhere there, and then attach over my shoes. Now, pull the plate away, and I know that was slowly sliding off. I was trying to catch it before that happened, and I wasn't fast enough. All right, try this again. So, step away, or slide away, sorry. Now, the idea to work the tibialis here, and these ankle straps that are here are what's causing that tingling noise. So, the tibialis for me gets a lot of attention by way of skipping. So the amount of work it gets throughout the week is probably more than adequate, but here I want to really focus on the tibialis itself through its full range of movement, and the idea is to make sure that any injury that could be developed by way of skipping itself is avoided, because I want to work within the full range of movement. So, and when I'm doing double unders is when I'm really working the tibia versus doing, let's say, just a regular basic bounce, because that's, in order to do a double under, you have to explode out or lift the body high enough to do it. So, and because of that, you do develop a stronger tibialis, but I want to be able to make sure that I'm getting the tibialis from its full. So here I'm pointing my toes towards the wall, and now working the tibialis slowly from that range, and then rowing it up essentially throughout the balance of the movement. And the idea behind this is to make sure that you're getting the fibers to fire within the entire range of movement. And this is why I like training this way. There are trainers that probably may agree with this technique, but then I also incorporate type 1 and explosive movements too as well during the 3 minutes, so that way you're working not only the type 1 strength but also the type 2 as well. So I never forget about that. So I'm following the metronome, down and up, explode all the way through. And then a slow negative, hold it isometrically and so forth. And that's 3 minutes. So 3 minutes worth of discomfort turns into enough of, how would you say, time under tension, and forces the muscle to respond by growing. And the level of recovery that you have is dictated by how well your body does that. So, with the last exercise, I'm going to focus on the calves. So, I'm going to take the door stops that I have here, and okay, I'm going to use this orange band as part of this exercise. So you can see here what I'm going to do. So this is my little jig that I have for the vibration plate, and I'm going to take the orange band like this, and I'm going to attach it to this guy. Alright, so that's 60 pounds worth of resistance for the calves. So I'm going to go more than what my total body weight, or no, my total body weight is around 170, 175, I think around there. It's been a while since I last weighed myself, so with these bands here, it's going to equate to about 120 pounds worth of resistance. And that's with the two of them. So kind of gives you an idea of how much weight I'm adding in addition to my body weight, which will make the calf muscle really activate, which is what I want. So if you want to increase your vertical jump for whatever sport you have or whatever sport you play, this is a good way to do that. And okay, just kind of make it even there. So take so here I am, 120 pounds worth of resistance. The calves are fully stretched by stepping down, kind of thing. So now I'm pressing all the way up, and this variation works very well to develop the calves. So here I'm holding it isometrically. So keep the knees locked and keep the focus on the calves. So here I'm following the tempo all the way down. Now explode up, holding it. Now down. And it's one thing to work the calf at the very top, at the explosive level, or like the fully stretched level, or non-stretched, so sorry. Because when my heels are beneath the level of my toes, then they're stretched. So here, because I'm on a 2x4, I'm mimicking standing on a staircase. So this is, kind of my weight plus 120 to work those stubborn calf muscles. that's it for the legs. So let's have a quick look at the date stamp. There we go. So June 17th, 2026. Starting time was at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right, maximum heart rate I hit today. All right, so much lower than yesterday. Largely because of the type of workout that I did. Today was more kind of seesaw, up and down. So we'll see in my, okay. So when I talk about sawtooth or seesaw, I'm talking about this here, how it climbs up, right? And it's telling me that my body's ability to recover from a VO2 perspective is very good. And when I really push it, then my body is able to keep up with the intensity. And hence why, yesterday I hit maximum of 209. And I was in that heart rate zone for, 2 minutes and something, whatever it was. So if you watch yesterday's episode, you'll see that I debriefed that after the workout. So, and then what's interesting as well is like having the here up and down, where there's moments of increased heart rate and then I recover and it increases again. So showing you that I am indeed working the muscle as I'm intended to. And with the vibration, it adds another level of muscle activation and it forces you to work. So you don't need to have extreme levels of resistance. Because you can see I can lift 70 pounds, 70 pound dumbbells, do a bent over row, no problem. And I'm not a big guy, but I have pretty good strength. And to be able to do that, it's pretty good. I'm not saying I'm anything special, but I'm not, how would you say, weak by any means. So that is that portion of it. Okay. Yes. Oh, hi, Phil. And which brings me to the last topic for today, which was what I mentioned, FDA approved. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because someone asked me whether the phototherapy patches, the X39, which you see me wearing here, or the X49, which is here, is FDA approved. It's actually FDA cleared within the health and wellness space. So meaning that it's a tool, and which is what it is. It's non-invasive. It's a transdermal patch which reflects the infrared light that your body emits. And essentially it's mimicking what the sunlight or the sun exposure is doing to your body by triggering the process of photobiomodulation. And when that happens, when that occurs, your body gets the tap on the shoulder, so to speak, to activate that process of photobiomodulation, which is very similar to that of photosynthesis in plants. So without sunlight, plants don't grow. We know this. Put plants in the dark, they ain't gonna grow. So what is there a need for the sun from the human body? Sure, yeah, it does. Body needs to have it. And this is why there is a how would you say, a lot of confusion. People saying, oh, you got to wear sunscreen so you don't get skin cancer. Yeah. It's kind of a play on things because somebody doesn't want you to stay healthy. So what do? Well, don't put sunscreen on and don't wear sunglasses. You know, sunglasses block the light, and that's not a good thing because you want that light, that infrared light, to enter your eye and activate the process of melanin release, not melatonin, melanin. And when melanin gets released into the bloodstream, it acts like a form of defense. But also you tan slower. So your body and your fascia is getting that defense mechanism. And when your body has strong blood flow by way of deuterium depleted water, when your blood is 94% water, you want to put the cleanest and most absorbable. So when I start combining these things together, am I reaping the benefits? Am I unlocking my bioenergy? Am I unlocking it by choosing to power my DNA with the best? It's no secret that resistance training exercise resets and regenerates about 78 known DNA genes. 78. That's why it's good for you. But when your body has several thousand more DNA genes, how do you go about the reset and regeneration for that balance? Well, that's where infrared light plays a role. And very specific rays, or I would say, what's the number? How do you describe it? In the video that I played the other day, the fellow described it quite well. Where it's the specific number or the specific type of infrared light, because there's a range, there's a spectrum. And when you get the tap on the shoulder with that specific wavelength of light, that's when you're going to experience that activation inside the body. And that's what triggers the synthesis of the tripeptide called the GHK, which you need to support by way of the three amigos, or in what I like to call the three aminos. So when you wear the X39, it activates the process of photobiomodulation, and it will utilize the three amigos, which is glycine, histidine, and lysine. And those three, when combined with copper, trace elements or traces of copper in your body, then it turns into the GHK-Cu. So for all those people out there that say you have to inject peptides into your body, really? Really? Why do you have a digestive system? Why? Why do you have a digestive system? Somebody doesn't want you to really reap the benefits. Am I a critical thinker? No. Well, yeah. I am a critical thinker. So, be smart, make good choices. Unlock your bioenergy with them. Do I say you need to have and wear the X39? No. Because if you get the adequate sunlight every single day, every day, and don't tell me that you get sunlight every single day, because I myself know this. I'd be lying to you if I did. Because when the winter solstice comes around, the sunlight ain't here where I live. So does a tool like this benefit me? So if you live far away from the equator, then this is what you should be thinking about. Because infrared that's made with LED is not the same. Because if you know anything about LED, light emitting diodes, the way that the sine wave, if you measure the wavelength with an oscilloscope, it is awful. It's not a sine wave like music. So when you're putting that right up against your skin, you know what you're basically you think you're triggering something, but in actual fact you're not. So be very careful, especially with those face masks. I see so many women getting involved. Oh, I gotta wear my face mask to make my face look better. Really? You need to power your cells with something that is really going to change something fundamentally. And there's no coincidence that I experience heart rates the way I do, and I'm still alive to tell the story. I'm still here. I should have flatlined yesterday, probably again. But no. I'm still here, telling you my story. Not that I'm bragging, but to prove it to you, to show that I have some credibility in what I'm saying, especially when I say I am as real as a heart attack. Because there's no denying that when I hit 221 back on May 28th, 2026, I've been trying to do that for years. It happened. And I attribute that to the addition of the X49. Pretty sure that's why it happened. So, and even the X49 needs 3 amigos. So you see on the screen there, for the X49, on the right side, you need alanine, histidine, and lysine. And when those 3 amino acids are present, then when your body receives that activator by the way of infrared light, says, hey amigo, don't forget to make that AHK. And then when copper is being floating around, then it turns into that tripeptide, and then you start to reap the benefits. What are those benefits? Well, look, improve your mental clarity and focus. You can experience rapid pain relief and reduced inflammation. You can experience improved skin appearance. How about enhance your sports performance? What about feeling the benefit of increased energy and vitality? And lastly, how about the benefit of faster recovery from exercise? Because there's no denying that with the amount of tension that I put under my body through, I'm still here doing it, and I'm increasing the intensity, pushing my body, getting it to respond. And I feel great when I wake up in the morning. Nothing better than being able to do that. And when you're ready to pull the trigger, scan the QR code there. That'll take you directly to LifeWave. I am a registered brand partner, so you will see my name in the address bar, Gordon Tomazik. You are shopping and you will see my logo, Unlock Your Bioenergy. And if you want to learn more about how to get the water, visit unlockyourbioenergy.godaddysites.com. I don't make a single penny telling you about it. Not one. Not one penny. And I will keep saying this. No penny. So there's no conflict of interest at all. I've been drinking the water for 5 years. And I'll tell you, there's something with it. Because even David knows, CEO of LifeWave, knows that deuterium depleted water is of value. Because he recommends putting that into the X2O. Will I try it? Maybe one day. But until that time, I encourage you to try the X39 risk-free. It's risk-free. So if you're curious, scan the QR code or click on the links. And in the links as well, you'll find where you can purchase a vibration plate. And lastly, but not least, the Amazon and Walmart are not authorized distributors of anything this phototherapy. Nope. So make sure that you are making the right choice. Buy only from LifeWave, because there's somebody out there wants you to waste your money and not reap the benefits. So it's available in 80 countries. So, and it's risk-free for a reason. So, see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. It's going to be a good episode, and we'll be training shoulders, rotators, and traps. And always make sure you're eating. Eat well, sleep well, get your rest, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.